Alrighty. Welcome to the One Take Podcast, episode 207. This week, we are talking about Project Hail Mary, the biggest movie that has ever existed ever.
Biggest, and some are saying one of the best to ever exist.
Some are saying the best movie ever to exist. Yeah. We'll talk about it. As always, I'm Royden. I'm joined by Dex and Tej. And how we doing? Are we saved? Our movies back? I mean, I think we had this exact same feeling a calendar year ago when Sinners came out, to a different degree and for different reasons. But you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I was thinking we had the same feeling when Superman came out, where it was just like, yeah, brother, hope is back.
Hopium, yeah.
Hopium is back. I am a hopium enjoyer, as you can see from my job title here. But yeah, man, we're back feeling hopeful in movies again. We're saving the world from shit.
Yeah, it's nice. The world outside is crumbling, but when I walked into the theater, it was a nice little slice of happiness. And like, this movie is like extremely predictable. Like you, at no point do you ever not know where the movie's going, and it didn't take away from my enjoyment of it, because maybe that's just what I needed at the time, given that the Rockets are awful and the world is falling apart. And I was appreciative of the fact that Lord and Miller gave me a little slice of hopium, and I thank them for that.
Wait, what's going on in the world? I mean, KD dropped 40. Surely the Rockets beat the Bulls, right?
And Alperen Sengun had a 30-plus point triple-double, and we still lost to the tanking Bulls. Yeah, not great.
But we can all comfortably go to the airport and get away for an hour.
Somebody I follow got to their airport 5 hours before.
Was that you that retweeted that on my timeline?
Yes. Still miss her flight. Boy, I would rage. It would look like, I'm not even going to reference what it would look like in there if that happened to me, for fear of being canceled or arrested. But I would raise absolute hell if I got there 5 hours. 5 hours early is insane, bro.
5 hours for the TSA pre-check line.
She had pre-check and she got there 5 hours early. She should have been sitting in the lounge for 3.5 hours. Nope, didn't even make the flight.
Well, at the Atlanta airport, notoriously efficient in getting people to and from their destinations. But that's also, we're talking airports here on the One Take Podcast. I'm historically really OCD about getting to the airport. I think, because of my father and my father's father, that's just what we pass down in this generation. Instead of how to build things, it's just your anxieties about how to get to the airport. But yeah, I would be there 5 hours early, and then I would still. I think Caleb would divorce me. I think that would lead to a divorce.
Oh my God, I'm flying on Friday. My flight's at 12:30. I'm like, do I have to get there at 6 in the fucking morning for a noon flight? I don't.
Oh my God,
fuck, man. What do we do? Fund the goddamn TSA. What the fuck are we doing?
Elon Musk is just going to pay their salaries.
This is
somebody.
Nasty work. There's also some awful governmenting in this film that we're about to talk about, which is very, very interesting. I have a lot of thoughts about that part of the movie.
Well, you know what? I'll start here. When I walked out of the theater and I said, the most unrealistic thing about this movie is that the governments of the world came together to fund a project to save humanity.
It's very Fantastic Four in that way.
Yeah, right. What do you mean? We found this super fuel that can get us to other planets and galaxies, and we're not hoarding it for ourselves. Yeah, right. Okay, sure.
Yeah, but it seems like it's more like she found 2 people in every country that were like, all right, fuck it.
That could be it.
I respect.
I tweeted out the episode, but Project Hail Mary came out over the weekend. Science teacher Ryland Grace wakes up alone on a spaceship light years from Earth. As his memory returns, he uncovers a mission to stop a mysterious substance killing the sun and save Earth. An unexpected friendship may be the key. Directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, it's their first directorial effort since I believe they were fired off of Solo, but it's their first full movie since the Lego Movie?
Well, that doesn't count.
I think their first live action movie since 22 Jump Street.
Since 22 Jump Street. Yeah.
of course, they have been the basically like the active showrunners of the
Spider-Verse.
Thank you, of the Spider-Verse movies. It is their first live action movie since 22 Jump Street. The last live action thing that they directed was The Last Man on Earth, 2 episodes of a TV series. But yeah, I mean, they've of course had their hands in all this animation, but they were fired historically off of the Solo movie. And I can talk about that in a little bit more, why that pissed me off.
What a fumble.
Oh my God. So Solo,
that movie is such a nothing burger too. It's one thing if Solo comes out and it's good, but literally everybody man to man was just like, man.
Yeah, Solo came out in 2018, so they would have had a movie in 2018, but nevertheless, the powers that be at Disney decided, you know what? No, we're going to go with Ron Howard, which to his credit,
we want Bryce Dallas Howard's dad.
Yeah, to his credit, Ron Howard has made a good space movie or two, you know, but
not 3, not Solo.
Yeah. So, anyways, Solo, which that just pissed me off even more watching this movie and seeing that they could have actually directed that movie. Anyway, it stars, it's written by Drew Goddard, who wrote The Martian, another adaptation of Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian and wrote Project Hail Mary. It stars Ryan Gosling, Sandra Hüller, Lionel Boyce, who our guy from The Bear, Ken Leung, our guy from your guy
Industry.
From Industry,
yep.
Milana Vantrub, our girl from every AT&T commercial. So it's cool to see her. But and then we got to give a shout out because he actually, listening to a interview on The Big Picture with Lord and Miller about this guy, James Ortiz. James Ortiz.
I was like, wait, what? How did I miss this?
James Ortiz is the puppeteer of Rocky, who, if you've seen any trailer or commercial for this movie, you would know that Ryland Grace or, Ryan Gosling's character meets an extraterrestrial, a 5-legged rock-like figure named Rocky. It's not really a spoiler. It's throughout all the marketing.
Yeah,
sorry.
Thank God. I was so nervous that they showed us the entire movie in the trailer, but it was like, okay, that's not actually important.
Right.
Not.
Right. And they kind of had to sell it in a way. It starts 45 minutes in the movie. Anyway, James Ortiz is the puppeteer, and I believe he kind of did the voice for Rocky as well too. The voice that you hear is sort of an altered, maybe an altered version, a little bit like a computerized, digitized version of the voice that he was doing on set. So Ryan Gosling was acting next to him, reading his lines and using the puppeteer. So he was actually had a scene partner. Rocky is not CGI at all. Rocky is all puppetry. So shout out to James Ortiz for that. I mean, role, really. It's really interesting that they did that.
Also, no green screen in this movie,
which blew my mind.
That's mind blowing because there's so much crazy shit going on in this movie, especially with the space stuff, and also the spaceship in which we spend most of the movie is literally built. They literally built it to be able to exist on both sides because there's a point where they lose gravity. And now you got to have on the side, and that's all. Ryan Gosling is actually in that space the entire time, and I hate to sound like an old person. But man, it really helps when you're sitting in a movie that's probably a little too long, maybe 20 minutes too long, that you're not looking at fucking green screen slop and sitting in a movie that's 20 minutes too long. Yeah. And I just really, I felt like I was watching Alien the whole time. Not in tone, obviously. It's a very different movie than Alien. But when you're watching Alien, they built that stuff. All that stuff you're seeing on that spaceship in Alien, that's real. They built that. They're touching that. They're interacting with that. And that just adds so much to this movie because really half of the movie is Ryan Gosling in the spaceship by himself before he even meets Rocky, kind of getting his memory back. And so to get through that 45 minutes of movie where there is no Rocky, it really helps that he's not against a green screen acting like he's in a spaceship. It just really helps the movie.
And essentially Phil Lord and Chris Miller basically sniped the Dune below the line people for this movie, which is a stroke of genius because Greg Fraser and I'll get his name, Paul Lambert, who did the VFX on Dune, has won like 4 Academy Awards himself for various projects. He's the special effects coordinator for this movie as well. And Greg Fraser, who has now become synonymous with like I don't know, he's doing just the best. Like he's blown up. His profile has blown up over the last few years with like the Batman and Dune and so on and so forth. But he did Project Hail Mary, and you can kind of see his calling cards in this. But the movie looks fantastic.
Yeah,
and Greg Fraser is a big reason for that. This movie has made what, $1 billion already. You want to play guess the box office? Anybody got a idea?
I'm gonna guess 98.
Domestic or worldwide?
Worldwide.
No, I think it's above 100 worldwide. What did it cost to make? It was like 140, 150, something like that.
They say on IMDb that the estimated budget was 108 million, which I don't believe. It had to be more expensive than that.
No, definitely had to be more. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna go 100. Maybe I'm gonna go. I'll go an even 100 million worldwide.
140 million worldwide.
Jesus.
Damn, okay. I'll sleep.
$80 million opening weekend, which would, I think, be some kind of record for around this time. Like big blockbuster movies. I don't know. We're starting to see the schedule has shifted a little bit where we're starting to see more and more, like they'll put one of these up front in the calendar year that makes a bunch of money. Last year it was Sinners. I don't know. When did F1 come out? Was F1 like July or something like that?
I think it was a little earlier than that.
Yeah.
But it was, pretty.
Anyway, they have started occasionally shifting these big blockbusters away from the summer into this early window, this spring window before summer.
End of June, beginning of July for F1.
Yeah. So last year it was Sinners. This year it's going to be Project Hail Mary. Anyway, it's getting great reviews. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.5 on IMDb. I'm not going to read the synopsis because it's blocking my ad blocker. Cool. But anyway, Project Hail Mary. Ready, set, go. Dex, what did you think?
I love this movie. I thought it was great. It's like we've been saying, it's nice to feel hopeful and like, there are people who give a fuck about the world, which is a little bit of a mixed message in this movie, but nevertheless, it looks incredible. The sound is incredible. Ryan Gosling is incredible. It's very hard for an actor to kind of like hold their own just off in space with a rock puppet and make it work. And Ryan Gosling is charming enough to do that. I know that some people are hating, like, oh, like this is Reddit humor or whatever the fuck that means, or it's Avengers humor or whatever. But that's dumb to me. All that is very dumb to me. I thought the movie was funny. I like Ryan Gosling. I'll watch him hang out in space with a rock, apparently, because it really worked for me. Rocky, they make into a character, which is, kind of hard to do when you've got like the robot, like voice to text thing happening, and like all of that kind of stuff. But they make it work. They make you care about Rocky. They make you care about Ryan Gosling and whether the world lives or dies. Sandra Hüller, I thought was like really fucking good and really compelling every time she was on screen. She was funny. She was serious, but funny and earnest. I was just really compelled the entire time. It is a little long. They could have cut it maybe 20-30 minutes and made it feel better. But yeah, man, I don't have any major problems with this movie. There's a couple jokes that don't land. There's always going to be a couple jokes that don't land. It's very rare that a movie shoots 100% from the field on jokes. But yeah, like for me, there's just nothing wrong with this movie other than it slightly being a little too long and maybe some mixed messaging about the hopium stuff that we got in there. But yeah, it rocks. I give it an A.
Yeah, Sandra Hüller has that. They really play into that German humor sensibility, that dry German humor, that dry German sensibility. Like things are just the way they are, or matter of fact, and why would they be any different? And you need to get on board with that. And I think it plays. Yeah, that is enough. And I think it plays really well next to I don't even know how to describe Ryan Gosling's humor at this point, because it's like very knowing, but he's sort of morphed into, obviously his early career is this very self-serious sort of, I mean, not early because he's very like knowing and winking in like Remember the Titans. Like he's very aware of himself in that. But you know what it's always been in there, but somewhere around like The Nice Guys, which I need to do a rewatch of before the Rewatchables does a podcast about it. But like
incredible film.
So it is great. And I think somewhere around there, it shifted to where it was like this, like not sarcastic in the way that like Robert Downey Jr. is funny in the Marvel movies, but very, he's playing a buffoon at points, I guess, is what I'm trying to
He's the
get.
low man.
You know what Ryan Gosling reminds me of? Right? Like, I don't know if y'all listen to Bomani Jones at all, referencing other podcasts on our podcast, but one thing he always says about LeBron James is that like LeBron James has been better at basketball than everyone for like his entire life, but he learned to like play nice with the other kids and make them feel good. And that's like what Ryan Gosling gives, you know? He's not like Ryan Reynolds is like, I think doing a little too much where it's like, I'm Ryan Reynolds. I'm hot. I'm funny. Ryan Gosling is like, yes, I'm hot and funny. We're going to get through this together. And like, you're going to have a great time too. You know, like it's very knowing. It's very like self-aware, but like in a way that's like, I'm going to get all of you through this too. Like, cause I'm hot and funny and like, we're all going to have a great time because of that. Like,
yeah,
Reynolds,
it's not the sarcastic, smarmy Reynolds that he popularized through, you know, years and years, and it reached its zenith with Deadpool. But it's not that, but it's almost a version of that that's better and nicer. I don't know how
it's when Downey and when Deadpool are doing humor, it's from the position of I'm smarter than you and better than you, and I'm talking down to you. Whereas the humor here and the humor is the Nice Guys is like the handsome, attractive guy is actually the low man. He's the butt of the jokes. Even in this movie, the puppet is making fun of him. Like the puppet views him with
as
like
a lower life form
for you. Like you're the low man. Same thing with the Nice Guys. Like you're the low man. So it's not from a position of it's like I know that I'm Ryan Gosling and I'm hot and attractive and rich in real life, but my humor, even when he goes on SNL, his humor is he's the butt of the joke. That's why it's funny. And that's not everybody can do that, or not everybody is willing to do that. It's like some people, especially when they reach a certain status, are not going to sign up for the movie in which the movie's making fun of them the entire time. Even though it's making fun of the character, they still internalize that. Ryan Gosling is when you're watching him in Barbie, he's not even attempting to be someone who's serious or has a serious thought. He's a joke. Like he's literally the embodiment of a joke, whereas Barbie is making jokes, but she's not actually a joke. She is the girl boss. She's empowering. Ryan Gosling is like, I know I'm just going to play a complete tool. Like everybody who walks in the movie theater is supposed to laugh at me, not with me. Just laugh at me and have a good time. And that's what he's doing in this movie. He's the butt of all the jokes. And it's really weird because like the way that he gets like I'm with Dex on some of the mixed messaging. The way that he gets into space is a little, first of all, it's really cool and really smart to start the movie where he doesn't have memory, because you're seeing these flashbacks, which are apparently supposed to be him having those flashbacks in the moment in which you're seeing it, but doesn't
really for me.
It doesn't really look that like it doesn't feel that way when you're watching it, at least not the first time. I didn't really think that, oh, this just came to him. Like it's more of like you are getting the backstory as the viewer, and it's informing what you're seeing in real time. But he is getting his memory back in real time and remembering how he got to space. And spoiler alert, he got to space by being forced to be there. And I'm just that should make all the jokes that the German lady is telling completely weird, and it should send a chill down your spine, and it should make the whole thing. It should make you look at the whole first hour of the movie differently, but it doesn't, because Gosling's doing such a good job of making jokes that you feel bad that this happened to him, but you know by the time you learn that he was forced into space by this woman who it felt like he was going to sleep with at some point, it felt like there might be vibes there, and all of a sudden
like
she's forcing him into space, and he's literally being sent there against his will. that could fall apart if your lead isn't good enough. Like if Ryan Gosling isn't as charming as he is for that hour, it completely falls apart because we're not. I don't think you're supposed to watch the movie and look at the German lady like a bad person. Like you're not supposed to view her that way. And even when the world gets saved at the end, yeah, you're not. But that's one of the worst things you could ever do to somebody. She literally says to him, "You don't have a family, so you're going to like." You can't say that to people. You can't just send people to space because nobody's going to miss them. That makes you a villain in 99% of movies. But in this movie, we're just in for the vibes. Like vibes are so high. Rocky is so amazing, and Gosling's just so fucking charming. They're just like, oh, okay, he got sent to space. You just keep on with the movie. That's a fucking incredible achievement. And I haven't read the books. So I don't know how much of that is in the book or not. But that's impossible to do on screen. That should have changed the whole tenor and the whole feel of the movie when you learn that, and it does it. You just go right back into some more fart jokes. It's amazing that they were able to do that.
We keep calling it hopium, but it's like, is it hopium or is it just like you gonna do this shit? Like, you know. Well, it's mixed messaging, but like I'm willing to just plow through it and be like, you know what, we did it. Like,
there's a few reasons for that. It's like, one, I think they expect you to really get in line with her gregarian worldview of like, we have to do this or the world dies, and like he kind of understands that a little bit. Now, granted, he doesn't want to go into space because I think it's kind of back that he's kind of like either a coward or he doesn't really know what he has to live for anyway. So like yada yada yada, that kind of yada yada that a little bit. But also he's so, and this is the way in The Martian too, and Andy Weir writes books about this, is like the for lack of a better term, and it kind of feels like a slight, but it isn't, like competence porn. Like he's so competent at doing what he's doing, even though he's in a impossible situation. He figures it out so quickly that we're on board with rooting for him to get through this no matter what. You know what I mean? We're on the ride regardless of how he got there or not, because he's so good at doing it. And we're figuring it out with him in real time, but there's never a moment, except for maybe when he like blacks out in centrifugal force, that we don't think that he can't get this done. And that's interesting that like we as a viewing public are just, sure, yeah, we'll go along with this guy who's never been in space, this biologist. He can figure out how to fly a spaceship and stuff like that. But it is interesting in that way.
How much do y'all know about the Weir, the author of the books?
I read The Martian after I'd watched The Martian, and I loved The Martian movie. In fact, I rewatched it not too long ago, and it's like, man, this is real. Like it's the same vibe. It's the exact same concept, except that
no
time.
Rocky.
Yeah, except no Rocky that time, and it's actually more quote unquote believable, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But it's Matt Damon doing the exact same competence porn stuff, but we're on board because it's Matt Damon. Andy Weir is a very detailed author when it comes to trying to put as much science in these books as he possibly can, whether it tracks or doesn't. Some scientists would disagree, but like there's always a method to what he's writing to, and he tries to back it up with as much science as possible. And you feel that in his novels. Now,
that's another win for the movie, because the movie doesn't do that. Like the movie gives you just enough science so that you know the stakes, but it does not weigh you down or bog you down into the science of why the sun is being eaten or how we're going to save it. Like you really don't have to pay attention to the science at all, because you know the stakes at all times. And I think that is not an easy thing to do when you're trying to make a movie, especially based on a book that has all this fucking science in it. And they're basically, Weir is writing for the perspective of everything that is not a part of the unpredictable or the thing that can never happen. Like everything else, all the building blocks have to be like scientific. And so Weir is a guy, I don't know, I haven't read any of these books, but basically he was writing for shows. Yeah, I think he was a writer on Survivor. There's a weird Survivor to Hollywood pipeline going on now with the White Lotus guy and all these.
Well, he was like a computer programmer, and his dad was like a physicist. He's a smart guy.
He's super smart, and he was writing The Martian, and he was releasing it basically a chapter at a time until he generated enough interest to get people to like want to buy a book. The Martian obviously does very well. It gets adapted to a movie that did extremely well at the box office. And so when he was writing Project Hail Mary, when he finished with it, he was sending around the script to people in Hollywood before it was released. And so Ryan Gosling got a hold of this script before the book even came out. And Ryan Gosling immediately sent it to Lord and Miller and said, "You guys got to make this work. I want to be in this movie. Make this movie." So Gosling not only gets credit for being the guy who is the center of this movie, he is literally the reason why these directors and all these people came together to make this project. He's obviously produced the film, but like some producers come on and like the idea's there, everybody's in place, and the producer comes along. Gosling literally got this off the ground like on his own, and he deserves a lot of credit for that, because this is one of the things that we talk about a lot on this podcast that I don't think a lot of people talk about, but we talk about the taste level of the people we're seeing in movies. It's not just about when they say action and what you can do. It's about picking the right movies. It's about picking something that fits with what you're trying to create and who you're trying to become. And Gosling is a guy who you can open a musical with. You can open an action movie with. You can open a sci-fi movie with. You can open a rom-com with this guy in the center of your movie, and all of them are going to potentially do well. That just shows you the range of Ryan Gosling, but also the taste of Ryan Gosling. And that makes him different than Ryan Reynolds, who is perfectly fine. But Ryan Reynolds is not making movies that are nearly as good as what Ryan Gosling's giving you. And he's making popcorn stuff too. He's not just making IP garbage. He's making popcorn stuff. He's making indie stuff. He's making just cool shit. And props to Ryan Gosling for making this project happen. He deserves a lot of credit.
Well, I will couch this. I will couch this with this, is that he has moved into not slop, but he has moved into popcorn mode at this point.
Absolutely.
He said it as much. He's married to Eva Mendes. He has a couple of kids.
Shout out to the nice guys as well.
Yeah,
nice guys.
Yeah. And he wanted to step away from, like, quite frankly, the First Man, the Blade Runner 2049 Drive. He wanted to step away from those roles and do more fun stuff because he felt like he was taking it home with him a little bit. I think that's as much as he said as much. And so, yeah, so now he's done stuff like, which I love, but like The Fall Guy and The Gray Man, which is a pile of shit, but not any fault of him. I think that movie is just bad, but like
it is.
So he's shifted into popcorn mode, but this gives him something to do in this movie other than be, funny action comedy guy. He gets to actually stretch his legs a little bit. And if he can do more like this, then I think his pursuit is noble. Now, when we get off is when we do stuff like The Gray Man, which is like just a nothing. Like, why would we waste our time with that?
I literally forgot that he was in The Gray Man. Like,
he's the star of The Gray Man.
Yeah, he's the Gray Man.
Isn't Chris Evans the star of The Gray? Oh, I totally forgot about this film. Yeah. I repressed this memory. Thank God.
Yeah. Anyway, T, you haven't given a full review. We've gone. I don't know what you.
So I absolutely loved it. It is not a perfect movie. It is extremely predictable, but they're still able to have like stakes. There are moments in this film where Rocky's going to die. There are moments in this film where Grace is going to die. And I know, as somebody who's watched a million movies for kids, like my theater was full of kids. And I knew for a fact that Lord and Miller were not going to sit all these fucking kids down to kill Rocky or to kill Grace. I knew that. And I never read the book, but I just knew that. Literally, when you meet the alien for the first time, when he walks down the hallway that connects the ships, the music that's playing is like so zany. I know this alien is going to be friendly. Even if I didn't see the trailer, I know this alien is about to be the friendliest fucking alien you've ever seen because of the music choices. So, like, they're not trying to hide the ball of what they're doing, but I still felt the stakes when Grace has to decide for, like, the fifth time, because they ended this movie about 5 times. Like, literally, this movie ends 5 times. The fifth time where he's like, oh, God, I'm going back to Earth, but now I got to go save Rocky. I knew he was going to fucking go save Rocky, but I'm sitting there in the theater. I'm just anxious. I'm like, what if he fucking doesn't save Rocky? I'll riot. I love Rocky. I need Rocky to survive. Rocky has a family. I need Rocky to survive. So even though the movie is extremely predictable, like it's for kids, so I don't necessarily expect them to be giving us some fucking like high level Fincher ending and high level Fincher plot twist. Like this is a kids movie, but I just think that the performances of Gosling and the way that the puppet interacts with him, it's mimicking him. They're learning how to speak to each other. When they're learning how to speak to each other, that is an electric 30 minutes of film. The plot is not even moving in that 30 minutes. There's nothing new happening. You get a flashback, and then you go back, and they're talking to each other, and that is
grinds to a halt for them to
the plot literally stops. The plot's like, no, we know what you want. We're gonna give you 30 minutes of Rocky. And if this movie is not as well made as it is, that fucking ruins the film. The plot literally stops. The plot's driving forward. You're learning more about Grace. You meet Rocky. The plot literally stops. There's no more forward movement of the plot. It's just a whole bunch of funny jokes with Gosling and Rocky. They're interacting. They're building a relationship. But that's the center of the movie. That's why the movie works. And for that 30 minutes, I was in heaven. I was like, this is the fucking coolest thing. And it's just Ryan Gosling in a room with a whole bunch of nerds and puppet operators and cameras just making magic against a puppet. Like, that's not easy to do. That 30 minutes alone right there, it didn't matter how they ended this movie or what happened before it. I was enthralled. I was on the edge of my seat for that. They end this movie 17 times. The movie looks great. The plot is easy enough to understand. There's not too much science in the way of us having a good time. I gave it a solid A. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see it again. And this is like a fucking achievement. This is Spielbergian. Spielberg wasn't trying to give you a twist in E.T. He knew if you like E.T., like the actual character of E.T., you're going to fucking love this film. And you're going to excuse every mistake or every problem in the script or every joke that didn't land. You're going to excuse all that shit. Once you meet E.T. and E.T. says phone home and touches his head, I'm out of here. You guys are going to fucking love this. And it has a lot of that. It's got the Close Encounters of a Third Kind. It's got all your favorite Star Wars animals and droids. It's got all that same heart that you get when the first time you met Grogu, the way that you felt when you met Grogu. It's got all of that and this one character that doesn't even have a fucking face, bro. That's supposed to be an impossible thing to do. This is just a pet rock with legs. Elmo would hate this film. Everybody else will love this film. This is it's achievement. It looks great. The score is really cool. And this is an Oscar movie. This is not just like, oh, this is a kids movie going to make $1 bajillion. It will, but this is an Oscars movie. I think this is going to be nominated. I think you're looking at a potential Best Picture. You're definitely looking at below the line stuff. You might be looking at score. You might be looking at a fucking Best Actor. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to be a very tough year in that category. But you might be looking at the Best Actor from Gosling. Like we might check all the boxes here. This is why people go to the fucking movies. My movie theater was packed, and we're back. Like, we are fucking back. Y'all know I've been slandering this trailer for like 3 months in the chat. The trailer just doesn't work, but it's because you don't get the context in the trailer. You don't get to see the 30 minutes where Gosling becomes best friends with a fucking rock, and it is movie magic. And they can't put that shit in the trailer. You can never get it. The trailers don't work for me. I went back and watched the trailers even after watching the movie. They still don't work for me. But the movie itself is phenomenal. I would recommend anyone to go see this movie. And if you don't have a heart, you won't feel anything. But if you have even a semblance of a heart, if you've ever had a best friend, you will have a good time with this movie. I promise you will.
Yeah, y'all are bringing the grade up for me because I knew I was going to be the low man on the podcast because I thought coming into this, I was more obsessed with the craft of the movie than the movie itself. But y'all talking about it, it may be coming up for me. And you know why it also is coming up for me? Because of you miserable pricks on the internet.
People are so ass.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Tej, you said if you've had a best friend, you would love this movie. I don't think people have friends. Well, holy shit.
It is the internet, and a lot of people on the internet don't have friends. Unfortunately, friends is not a prerequisite to making a Twitter account.
Miserable fucks on the internet, man. You know what? I'm going to read that review that I sent y'all. I have to, because this is what set me off. I got actually mad about this. I got rage baited. Somebody said and quote tweeted, somebody said review of the year, but then basically quote tweeted a picture of somebody on Letterboxd, which is also a miserable place, but said, beyond egregious, one for the 3 movies of the year crowd. I am so tired. I hate everything being so ironic and forcing me to laugh. This is the most Marvel shit ever. No stakes. What you think will happen will happen. The everything everywhere all at once effect has been injected into cinema. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, chill out, bro,
Come
please.
on, bro.
Also, why the fuck was this so long? Okay, couple things. Everything everywhere all at once. That tweet about watch it before everybody says it's bad has never been more true.
So
Second of-
fucking real.
That definitely applies to this film too, by the way.
Yeah. Second of all, like there has been this movement online and otherwise of like this is the retification or the like millennialification humor, and they're treating the humor in this movie like it's Quirk Chungus epic bacon shit, and it's
What
not.
does that mean? What does that mean?
Just millennial shit. Just
Like-
old
Like, oh my god, everything's better with bacon on it, isn't it? It's just like the epification of everything's epic and rad. You know what I mean? Like, you know it if you saw it. I can't really describe it,
Have
but
these people
like
ever
20
seen the
things
comedies
to
of Will
refer
Ferrell?
people
Have these
already.
people seen Will Ferrell movies? Like, have these people seen Vince Vaughn movies? Have these people seen like their comedies were just making fart jokes, and then we were in the theater having a great time? Like, what? I don't understand.
it's essentially the Deadpoolification of humor is what they're saying this is, and it's not that. It's in fact way more clean than that. This is like E.T. but in verse. You're in space, obviously. Like this is E.T. for a new generation. This is a family movie. The fact that it's
Yes.
rated PG-13 is a little wild, actually. But I
wonder how it got a PG-13 rating. I definitely didn't think they didn't feel like it was PG-13.
scenes of peril is like a big one. I think too is what they always think it'll like scare kids.
These
So they-
10-year-olds live in America. They're
Yeah.
always in peril. Like, I think we got to scale that back a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just it isn't like they are subscribing to something that it's not, and the irony poisoning on the internet has gone too far. And like I said, I'm getting mad about nothing, but I do like I'm getting outraged to the outrage, and I think that it's like something about crowd pleasing movies has gone swung so far on the internet to the other end that we can't have crowd pleasing movies anymore. And I just
Yeah.
I
don't
guarantee these
get it.
people love
It was the
Jaws.
same-
These people love E.T. These people fucking love Remember
Yeah.
the Titans. What are we doing?
It's the same feeling that people had when Superman came out. Dex, you mentioned it. It's the exact same argument. And I'm tired of it, man. And in fact, now I've come up on letter grade because screw y'all. Like
Because
it's
fuck
like,
y'all.
it's a good movie. It is a good movie.
It's a
Yes.
good movie. Ryan
Is it-
Gosling is funny. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah. Is it predictable? Duh. Did you ever think they were really going to kill the Pet Rock character? No.
yeah,
But when
the
he was
sun's
like,
gonna die and everyone on Earth will perish. No.
yeah, like, did you ever think that he wasn't going to be able to potentially get back to Earth? No. Like but the fact that there would be no stakes in this movie is asinine. I think it's silly. Rant basically over, but I need people to take a breath when it comes to just being miserable fucks on the internet. Like, grow up. And that's like, and that may sound weird because you may think you're the grown person because you like Tar, but like, it's like we contain multitudes. We love Tar on this podcast, and we love Project Hail Mary. I don't know what to say.
If they love Tar as much as we love Tar, it would have won Best Picture. So
Right.
obviously, a lot of these people are out here false flagging and lying.
Making
about
the
their love
funk,
for
man.
yeah,
That one in the trenches with us with Lydia Tarr. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like-
it definitely feels like a bell curve of like, when you first get into movies, you like crowd pleasers, and then when you are like in the middle of your like movie journey, you're like, oh, I only like pretentious shit that's like very serious and dark and moody. And then once you're like really, really into movies, you're back to like crowd pleasers again. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the bell curve of the dumb person to the high IQ to the genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we're saying we are on this podcast. But I don't know, man. I think it is a brilliant, on top of just to take everything away, like take the story away, incredibly crafted movie. I mean, just thank God. When I saw the stills, I didn't watch the trailer, but when I saw the stills of the Moana movie, I like wanted to throw up. will have.
Yeah.
If you
Oh
watch
my God.
this movie and you see that bullshit, you're like, dude, this is The Godfather compared to that. Like,
That's what $1 billion looks like, Roy. And you see The Rock in that fucking nasty wig. That's what $1 billion looks like, brother. Get with the times.
yeah,
We will not be there for those, but we don't watch any of those live action movies. But that Moana movie is going to fucking bang, bro.
Yeah.
that it's going
They're
to be
going to
kids
make
everywhere
$7
watching.
billion.
Whoever the new CEO of Disney is gonna piss in my face because it's just like it doesn't matter.
Make $7 billion.
But to a
I'm going to
point,
be so mad.
yeah. But to a point, I was listening to an interview with like Nate Bargatze today, who is a clean comedian, and he's making like a PG family movie. They don't make live action when we were growing up. Even if it was just like the Disney sports movies, they had live action family movies that were rated like G to PG, and you took your family and it was carried by a star, and you could take anywhere from 5 to 13-year-olds and they would love it. They don't have that anymore. It's either
Almost all of our greats from the past have made one of these, by the way.
yeah, like
almost all of them.
Yeah, Denzel was in Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans, like he did Remember the Titans. That's a family movie.
So, but
and they solved racism.
It did historically, but I think it's done, right? We cracked it. Yeah. Oh,
It's over.
But you know what I'm
that's why we don't
saying?
make these movies anymore because racism is over. So we don't,
We don't have any other lessons to learn. No, I just think that there is a space for this sort of thing that, like, if this was rated PG, you know, would anybody like sniff or scoff at this at all? Like, no, it would be a family movie, and we just don't make enough of these, is what I'm trying to say. Where that, like, it's either Zootopia 8 or it's
Interstellar.
Or name an R-rated, or The Odyssey. It's not anything in between that you can take your family, or it's Superhero Slap, to be completely honest with you, which we love. But I'm just saying it is what it is. That's because that took over. The superheroification took over a lot of things, but it took over the middle ground of those movies. Whereas those movies will make like $300 million
movies anymore that come out in theaters.
So,
no,
that's a good point. That's a good market for it.
Like, this is a good, like, your teacher's out for a week on PTO or whatever, and so you have like 5 45-minute classes to fill. We're watching Project Hail Mary for a week.
That's a great explanation of what this movie is. Yes, people younger than us won't understand that, but this is a perfect, like, oh yeah, we're gonna put on Project Hail Mary.
Your teacher is hungover. She needs to show Project Hail Mary. We're gonna watch the first 45 minutes of this for 7 periods. And you ever heard the bit? A comedian was like, look, we got to start finding Nemo from the middle. I gotta figure out what happens to this game.
Y'all know Armageddon is PG-13 and this is PG-13. Why does Armageddon feel like a much more Armageddon is a family-friendly film to an extent, but Armageddon feels like a very much more adult movie than Project Hail Mary. They don't feel like they're in the same rating scale. Like, they don't feel
it is
like
PG-13. That is crazy.
It is. Which is crazy. I feel like they're cussing in that movie.
That's a
like,
weird one.
They're making sex jokes in that movie. There's none of that in Project Hail Mary.
Because
Liv Tyler is half naked in that movie.
They used to not have a PG-13 rating, so there's like old movies like Poltergeist or whatever that are rated
that are like R. Yeah.
That should have been PG-13, but they didn't have that yet. But yeah, you don't get a lot of like PG-13 movies that should have been R, I feel like.
No, and I don't know. I just think that, like, I've gone on long enough now talking about the movie in full, but I think that Ryan Gosling gives like a really solid performance in it. Like, he's able to stretch his legs a bit. Like, obviously he wants to, in these movies now, incorporate some of that Ryan Gosling humor that we were talking about at the top of this. And like, but he's several moments where he's really, like, tears are coming to his eyes and like he's really feeling it and emotional. And yeah, I just think the puppetry and the sets and the no green screen, but like practical effects, it's just and look, it does crib from other movies. It cribs from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Which
there's a close encounter joke in this movie.
like everything does, yeah. And then in turn, Close Encounters cribs from, and then in turn, Interstellar cribs from, which this also directly cribs from. Like, but in a way that like Interstellar is it a little more cynical, and in fact, a lot more cynical than this movie is. Yeah,
Matt Damon is just like a human embodiment of cynicism.
yeah. And in fact, this just completely shines the opposite light on all of that, and I think it is a good Wario to Interstellar if you look at it this way.
Yeah, if Nolan made Project Hail Mary, Rocky is fucking out of here, bro.
Dead.
Yeah. Rocky is dead as shit. And Earth is destroyed, and Ryland Grace dies. Like everyone is dead. This is over.
No, I just think, yeah, you can nitpick a little bit about like, okay, well, how is it doesn't quite explain, like it kind of yada yada's relativity a little bit in this, and like whereas Interstellar goes deep into why relativity matters and why they're one age and people are different ages and things like that, and how long it actually took them to get from point A to point B and so on and so forth.
We yada all that shit in Project Hail Mary. The aging doesn't even make any. They yada all that shit.
Yeah. They yada yada it. You were talking about the flashbacks. If you weren't quite like locked in, you wouldn't necessarily know that he had amnesia, really. But like in the book, it is the main driving point. Like how he wakes up on a spaceship. Like how did I get here? Whereas in this, it's like yes, the flashbacks are used sort of interstitially to tell the story instead of him having these actual like Dex. You just watched. The other Nolan movie, Memento, where it's like it's not flashbacks in that way. It's flashbacks almost to drive the story forward, but that's just the way that it's cut. So you get a little lost in the weeds. And yes, this movie ended 10, 15 times. Like
man.
But all that to say, I came away from it. I was like, damn, good movie. Yeah, good movie. Will Ryan Gosling, charm his way into another Oscar nomination? Who knows? We'll have to see. Michael B. Jordan did it, but
Michael B. Jordan won a fucking Oscar. That's crazy.
So Michael B. Jordan did it, but who's to say? He's in basically every frame of this movie other than the puppet and like Sandra Hüller singing "Sign of the Times." But like,
Sandra Hüller, best supporting actress. Let's start.
Yeah, maybe.
No way.
The Academy loves her.
If Adriatic, you can do
love her. And I think that she's good in this film, but I don't think that's happening. Even though her job isn't easy, because literally she has a villainous heel turn, and it doesn't she's not a villain. Like even though she does something,
I watched her heel turn, and I was like, she's right though. Like, brother, a year ago,
she saved the world with that decision. So I mean, hey,
yeah. Anything else? I mean, obviously we could go on and on, but like, there's other things to talk about this movie that I haven't even touched on.
The funniest scene was definitely when Rocky first comes up board the ship, and
he rolls his way into the dirty, amaze.
That was really funny. That was really well done.
And it's like a guy chasing a dog around a little bit, but he's talking to it. Yeah, I thought that he's like, well, I didn't think that I would have company on the space, and he's like, excited to see human technology. Amaze. No, I thought that was all great. I did find looking at it like big brain glasses, I did find the like working together with somebody that you don't speak a common language with storyline. Relevant.
Yeah.
Relevant. I did find it funny that Rocky immediately understood his language, but he had to use a translator to understand Rocky's language. I thought that was very funny if you caught that. But they drop a God, what is Meryl Streep joke?
Yeah. He says, God, she could do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, man. Do I think it's like, is it Citizen Kane or whatever? No, it's not. Like, is it? Roy, you mentioned before the pod that it's like number 80 on IMDb or whatever, like all-time movies. Is it all that? No, but
and I think that maybe that's what's pissing people off. I think that like movie brain, like yes, a little people that like go to 5 movies a year are gonna love. I do, yeah. I mean, duh. But like, and so in this, but we also have to remember it's like one of the more popular books of the last like 10 years
Mm.
too. So it has that built-in fan base to begin. People love this book. So
And yeah, I'm really starting to hate when like people can't address whether they like or dislike a movie without being like, oh well, everyone else likes it too much. It's like, so like, what does that do with you? Like, is it good or is
People
it not
enjoy
good?
things.
Yeah, literally let people enjoy things. And I know that some people are like, oh, that's anti-intellectual. That's whatever. We should think about things critically. Just like, yeah, we should think about things critically, but like the basis of our criticism shouldn't be other people like this too much. Like that's just really fucking stupid. Like, is it good or is it not good? You know? And I thought this movie was fucking good.
yeah, I gotta tell you something. Disney World fucking rocks. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Disney rocks. Like it's fun to, do things with other people and enjoy them. Like, listening to popular artists where everybody knows their songs. It's nice. It feels good. Taylor Swift doing sold out shows where everybody's singing all the lyrics. It's fun. Like,
yeah, but nobody
I don't
likes
know what
that.
to tell you. Oh, people like it too much. It's so lame. It's so commercial. Blah blah blah. Like, maybe, but also like life's short. Fuck it. Like,
Is everyone a hipster? Like, what am I doing? I don't.
It's
Or-
performative. If they sat down and watched this movie, a lot of them would be like, damn, this is actually pretty fucking good. Like, I enjoyed that. Open your hearts. Just because it pleases a lot of people doesn't mean that it's not good. That doesn't mean everything that pleases a lot of people is good, but that doesn't mean the two are not often mutually exclusive.
I will
and,
say
like, the same thing happened with Sinners, where people like, oh, everyone hyped this up too much. It's not that good. Blah blah blah. It's like, hey, you can't just watch the movie and think it's good or bad without like having to measure yourself against like the common opinion. You can't just be like, oh yeah, pretty good. You have to be like, oh, everyone else hyped it up too much. It's not as good as everyone said it is. Like, that's so dumb.
I knew we
did
were off the rails when people said this is just from dusk till dawn. It's like, have you ever watched a movie before? Yeah, yes. There are things that are cribbed from other movies. Oh my god, that just must mean it's awful. But your favorite film was cribbed from something too.
guys,
Everybody's
this is
favorite film was
ET.
cribbed from something.
This is ET.
This movie's literally ET. Like,
Who
we
gives
get
a
it.
shit?
We understand. Who cares?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I did come into it a little bit being like people. I bought into the hype a little bit. Like, this is my own misgivings. Like, I bought into the hype a little bit, and when it wasn't, 2001, I guess I was like, oh, but that didn't take away from me enjoying the movie. If you went into this and you were like, people are saying this is 2001: A Space Odyssey, which it isn't, and you should know better. But and you came out of it and still didn't enjoy it, like for what it was. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a lot more fun than 2001: A Space Odyssey, guys. Sorry.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
I can't really speak to like what 8.5 on IMDb really means, but like a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, where like 94% of critics walked out of this movie just like,
Yep.
yeah, nice. Like, that makes sense to me. 8.5 on IMDb. I don't know, but yeah, 94% of people being like, yeah, man, that kind of rocked. Love it.
Yeah,
like, that makes sense.
we are we've now shifted on this podcast. I don't know if we've made this God, I can't speak. It's declaration or not on the podcast, but we have firmly shifted into, critics are usually right.
Yep, critics are usually right. The audience most of the time doesn't know shit about shit.
Yeah, people will get on here and it'll be like 98% critic score and 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics don't know what they're talking about. I'm like, maybe they do.
Maybe they do. Sometimes they are right.
Yeah. I don't know. Just make more. I know it costs a lot of money to do this. And I know that, like, in the hands of less adept filmmakers, like Phil Lord and Chris Miller, good movie. Like, they know what they're doing with movies. But like in the hands of less adept filmmakers, maybe this goes awry. But it's like the scene with the astrophage. And like when they're collecting it and the whole thing goes pink. You know how they did that? They basically like made a dome of chicken wire and put infrared lights all around Ryan Gosling, and then just like filmed it, took the lens out of an infrared camera basically, and that's how they did it. and it's
It
just
looked amazing. It
looked
looked absolutely amazing.
unbelievable. Use practical effects. If Rocky was a CGI creation, this shit sucks.
That's
Yep.
facts. That's literally facts.
It's a poop from a butt.
You get tired of Rocky. You get 10 minutes. You're like, all right, what the fuck am I doing here? And I still got 20 minutes of no plot. Ryan Gosling acting against a CGI Rock, and I'm want to shoot myself on the head.
Yeah, it has to be like these things. The reason this has worked for 80 years or whatever the experiment that we've been doing in movies, 120 years of movies, like the reason that things work is when we can ascribe realness and tactileness to things. And they did it in this movie. And I really appreciate it. Now, this is to say that not that they didn't use CGI, that's asinine. They did, but like they used a lot of it. But I like just making practical sets, practical spaceships, practical, him floating around, him on wires, basically floating around this spaceship. Rocky's a real thing. I don't know. I could go on and on. It's just make movies like this.
Ryan Gosling said, "It's not your job to keep theaters open. It's our job to make things that make it worth coming out." He means coming out of the house. I agree with that partially, but also it's your fucking job to keep theaters open. All you nerds on the internet talking shit, go to the fucking movie theater. Log the hours, guys. Put the time in.
The work in.
Sometimes you're gonna walk away with a stinker like Undertone, which stinks, and I don't care what anyone says, it just stinks. And it's not worth leaving my house for. But sometimes when you leave your fucking house and go to the movie theater, you're gonna enter a new world and see something like Project Hail Mary that's gonna make you feel like, holy shit, man, there's some good in the world somewhere. It might not exist in our real world at all. Everything might be shitty, but for those 2 hours and 40 minutes, I got to see something legitimately hopeful and something legitimately fun. It doesn't mean that your movie has to be hopeful or fun, but just make it good. And Project Hail Mary, no matter what you think about it, is good. It's good craft. It looks great. And it's just a fun time in the movie theater. And that means something to people.
How do we feel about
join
this?
an AMCA list, you can see 4 movies a week.
And if you see 2 in a month, it pays for itself.
Get the popcorn bucket. Don't take yourself too seriously. Get the Devil Wears Prada popcorn bucket. That's coming home with me. That shit is incredible. I need that.
How do we feel about this compared to The Martian? Because The Martian was a phenomenon. It came out in 2015, I think, made $600 million. It got nominated for Best Picture. Matt Damon got nominated for Best Actor. I think it was an October movie, but like it was a smash success. And I think it still holds up. Now there is a little bit like you go back. It's also long when you go back and watch it.
It also ends 5 times as well.
Yeah, but and it's sort of the same movie, same humor, which is Andy Weir's. I'm going to science the shit out of this humor. That sort of thing, like, is what I'm talking about, and that's prevalent in this as well. But that movie still holds up as well too. I think Drew Goddard has a really good handle on this, on his material, but how do we compare this to The Martian? Because I still think The Martian is like very, very good.
I haven't seen The Martian.
Ooh,
I think they are in the same neighborhood. This is a more fun movie because of the Rocky element, but The Martian is probably.
It's tough because I think it's better, but I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's better, but The Martian is a better script to me. Whereas Project Hail Mary looks better and is more fun. So those 2 things are probably going to put them at a tie. I think on Letterboxd I actually have them tied, but I want to revisit The Martian. It's been a couple years since I've seen it, but I think I've seen it 2, maybe 3 times, and it's good. Like, hey, being alone with Matt Damon for hours at a time is fun. Being alone for Ryan Gosling with hours at a time is fun. They're fun for different reasons, although they have the same writer, so there's a lot of the same kind of jokey jokeness, but being alone with both of those guys who are at the top of their craft and can do literally anything, it's just a fun time. And they're both able to carry a movie like this. And I think they're both in the same neighborhood. I don't think I would begrudge anyone who puts one over the other either way.
Dex, you got to watch The Martian. I am shocked you haven't
It's
watched
good.
that one.
Yeah, I'm going to try and watch it before the next time we pod again so I can participate in pop culture finally. But
No, I think I really do think if you enjoyed this movie, but it's like I said, it's less fantastical, and in fact, it's way more. Like I read the book, and there's just I didn't know I was doing math there's a lot of math in the book, and there's a lot of math in the movie, but I think it plays really well, and it's Ridley Scott and it's Matt Damon for 2.5 hours. It just kind of rocks.
It's one of those things that like I missed it in theater, so it's like, when am I gonna sit down and lock in for 2.5 hours to watch The Martian at home? Like,
Oh well, I
but-
remember I went and saw it. I was in New York at the time, and I went and saw it, and my friend was supposed to go with me to go see it. We got all the way to the theater. He got there and sat down, and I don't know if he like got sick or something, and then just like got up and was like, I gotta go home. And he like left in the middle of the movie. And so I just sat there watching The Martian by myself in New York for 2.5 hours, and I left, and I was not sad at all. I was like, this is fantastic. Now I got to walk back home alone in New York, but that's a whole other thing. So yeah, anyway, I don't know.
I know we've done some Ryan Gosling glaze already, but I want to do just a little more. He's one of the best actors of a generation, and I feel like we don't talk about him enough as such. Yeah, he's one of the ones. He's like Mount Rushmore of this that 50 to or 40 to 50-year-old actor range. Like he's up there.
He's not that old, man.
He's like 45.
Is he 45? I thought he was like 40. 42.
But still, he's like in that range of actors. He's 45.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
On that Mount Rushmore of like all those like.
Wow,
80
I didn't realize he was 45.
He's him.
Yeah, I don't know who else would you like put in that camp.
Pitt.
Pitt's 65.
Oh, Pitt's 20 years older than him.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck is also significantly older.
Yeah, like Damon and Affleck are older than him. So is Bale.
Wait, how old is Bale?
Bale's near 60.
Not 65.
He's been around forever.
He's 52.
52. Okay, well, I lied.
Actors born in the 80s.
live podcasting, folks.
All these are people I do not give a fuck about. So maybe I just need a stronger take. Hotter take.
It's not really that. I mean, yeah, you're right, technically.
Yeah, I just need like a hotter take. This is more interesting.
Actors in their 40s.
Yeah, they kind of stopped doing. They don't do 50 under 50.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Ryan Gosling, Colin Farrell, James McAvoy, Oscar Isaac, Rami. He's way better than guys that have won Oscars. Rami Malek, but it's like Rami Malek and Eddie Redmayne. But yeah, if you put him up there, he's up there with Jake Gyllenhaal is in that camp.
Better than Jake Gyllenhaal to me.
Michael Fassbender's in that camp. Andrew Garfield's now in that camp, I think. We
don't get enough Garfield.
Yeah. So those are just actors.
Ryan Gosling, he's great.
He might be he might be at the top of that.
I can't think of anyone I would put over. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're doing 50 under 50. Ryan Gosling probably number one.
Greg Fraser not going to be on the Batman 2 because I think he was filming this. Which I don't even know if the Batman has started filming yet.
I was just going to say that doesn't even make sense. The Batman's
but he's not going to be on the Batman
coming out.
Yeah, who knows? I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I have that on 4K. I'm gonna have to rewatch the Batman.
Something in the way.
Yeah. All right. What's the Goss God doing next?
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, he is, and
he's gonna be the lead of the Star Wars movie.
It's gonna rock.
Sight unseen is gonna be good, but I don't like that filmmaker that much. I don't like Sean Levy that much.
I don't like Star Wars movies that much.
You want to get your bars off about Grogu?
Hey, listen, guys. I was equal as charmed as anyone with the first season of Mandalorian in Grogu or whatever the hell it's called. Okay, second season, I was like, Okay, this is kind of overstayed its welcome. I'm out of here. They made a whole third season. I did not watch it. Now
Not
you're
a
telling me
single
they're making a
second.
fucking movie. That trailer has zero anything for me whatsoever. I haven't even fucking finished season 2 of Andor, and Andor's a fucking phenomenal, all-time amazing show. Season 1 of Andor is probably my favorite season of TV I've seen, probably since I don't know the industry exists, but it's way up there with my TV seasons. I still haven't even finished Andor, and that show's actually good. I'm not watching if I'm not walking to going to the movie theater to watch a fucking Mandalorian and Grogu movie after they've made 3 seasons of the TV show. That's literally not happening. I like Grogu as much as everybody. I don't give a shit about Mando or what he's got going on or what's going on in that universe. I will not be there. Best of luck to everybody who shows up. I hope it's great. I'll catch that shit on Disney Plus, bro. I'll holler at y'all. And if y'all say that it's mid, I'm not even gonna click it on Disney Plus. Like, I'm good on that. Let's get to the Gosling movie. I'm ready. Let's just do it.
If that shit comes out with anything less than a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm not watching it. Like,
It's definitely gonna be less than 75%.
it probably will, but like, I just can't be asked.
Man, it has to be a 92 or above. I cannot.
No, seriously though. The only way that I'm gonna walk to that movie theater if I hear like everyone's like, "Okay, I know what you're saying, but holy shit, this
Right.
might be the greatest Star Wars movie we've seen since the original trilogy." Because I've seen some amazing Star Wars films, and unless you're gonna give me what is it called, Rogue One? Unless it's Rogue One levels, which it's not going to be because this is a cute kids movie and Rogue
How
One was
can it
dark
be?
as shit. Unless you give me Rogue One levels, no thank you, bro. I'm just no thank you. I'm out. You
That might
made
never
3
reach
seasons
that
of this
high
TV
yet.
show. I couldn't be bothered to finish the 3 seasons. I'm not asking for more Grogu and Mando, but you're shoving it down my throat. No, I will not be there.
Everything that we said about this and the practical effects, but derogatory for for Mandalorian and Grogu. Again, contain multitudes, but yeah, I can't like they
Yeah,
ended
we
the
love
se-
puppets. Yay, puppetry. Except that.
Yeah, except that I don't care anymore. Well, because it like that more so than anything feels like it's just a cash grab more so than anything because like the second season ended and they like separated the two, and then the third season like you said, I don't think anybody has watched any of us has watched the third season, but they bring them back together in the third season, and now, yeah, strike it while the iron's hot. 3
Does
years
Grogu
after
speak
the
now?
third season ended, no.
No fucking way. Grogu still doesn't speak?
He's
I'm
not
so
speaking in the
out.
trailer.
I'm fucking out, bro. No thank you.
There's almost no way they're gonna make this a good movie that feels like it should exist. Like,
Wait.
it's almost impossible.
Is what's his face still playing Mando, or did they recast
Pedro
him for this
Pascal.
film?
Yeah, he's
Pascal,
still
yeah.
Can we have a
He's
conversation
never
about
turned down
Pedro
a check,
Pascal?
brother.
Pedro Pascal, I love you. I really do. I enjoy your work. You have to start saying no to these people, bro. What? Do you say yes to every movie that they ask you to be in, bro?
Juicy J. Kane.
I just need Pedro Pascal to say no. Or do you like?
He's
What's
overextended.
going on?
He's overexposed, man. He's been on the court too long.
We need a lot less Pedro Pascal in our lives. And it's not because of your talent, Pedro. It's because of the fucking projects that you're selecting. Holy fucking shit, man. You were in Fantastic Four. You were in the fucking... Was that a Chloe Zhao? No, the Past Lives director movie.
And
I
Eddington.
don't even like that shit, bro.
And Eddington.
No one was even fucking with it. You were in Eddington. Can you just like sit down and take a break and be a family man? And
Let
like,
us
just like
miss
be
you,
a
man.
queer icon? Like, what are we... You're
Let
in
us
fucking...
miss you.
Coca-Cola commercials, dancing and shit. Like, what are you doing? You were at the fucking Super Bowl with Bad Bunny, bro.
Yeah, he
Just
should
chill
have.
for a second.
Can you imagine if we hadn't seen Pedro Pascal for like maybe 6 months or whatever, and then he popped out at the Bad Bunny Super Bowl? We'd have been, oh my god, I love
We're
him.
like, oh my god, it's Pedro Pascal, but we see this man
I see him
every day.
day.
Every day. I think it's like you can't escape him. Yeah, so we won't be you know what we will be seeing? This is the best part of the Project Hail Mary screening experience for me. The Dune 3 trailer came up in IMAX.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh! Ooh, that shit slapped in the
I
theater.
showed up late.
Salome,
I got
you're
one
that.
trailer in IMAX. You know what my IMAX trailer was? Fucking Grogu.
Ah,
Bro.
man,
Timothy
that
Chalamet, you are back.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I
they-
ever doubted you, my prince.
they were tired of your kayfabe bullshit. Now they will not be then. I'm not. I'm so back.
As soon as that trailer dropped, I was like, yeah, Timmy's one of them ones still.
I think I might watch it once we get off this just to feel something.
Florence
How do we-
Pugh, Zendaya. God, we're so back.
Anya Taylor Joy. Ooh.
Anya Taylor, Rebecca Ferguson for one scene apparently that's in the trailer.
Anyway, are we? How we feel about Spidey? We
Hey,
feeling
man,
okay?
I'm so fucking hyped, dude.
I feel
I'm,
more than
I'm
okay.
so in.
I feel more than okay. I think that
That's
trailer's fucking
bang.
great. I'm in.
That's
People hate it.
so
What's
cool.
happening?
Bang.
I don't care.
That oh my god, that movie's gonna be so good. And like we knew it was gonna be good when they were showing like stills from like set or whatever. It's like he's standing in the middle of New York City or whatever the
Look
fuck.
like an album cover.
Yeah. Like we were like, okay, we're getting to something generational. And then the trailer dropped and it's like, yep, confirmed. This is gonna be generational. I don't give a fuck what anybody's saying about Tobey Maguire and especially Andrew Garfield. Tom Holland is the Spider-Man. Suck my dick. He's the best. He's the GOAT. Respect him.
And yeah, there are some parts of the trailer that don't look good, but like Dustin Daniel Cretton is shitting on Watts with half those shots in that trailer. It looks like a real place. They're in real places.
Look,
Thank God.
Yeah.
am I
we
going
were
to
so
care
bad.
about the Man Spider arc? Probably not. Am I all the way
That'll be
in
weird. They're not going to do that.
on Tom Holland living the worst possible life and that stress affecting his ability to be Spider-Man? Yes. Fuck you. That's why I like Spider-Man. Because he's got a real life and a fucking real job, and his stress is going to make him a terrible Spider-Man. And I'm all in on that. That you can never go wrong. I am a person who walked out of Spider-Man 3, which everyone literally hates, and said, I had a good time. Emo Spider-Man dancing to the street with the emo haircut, being rude as shit to women, scaring the hoes. I was into that. It was a good departure from the first two Spider-Man films.
Tease,
It's
no.
not perfect, but I'm in. I
Tease,
like
no.
that.
That
I
movie,
like that.
that movie is shit from a butt, and you know
I
it.
like that. It's not my favorite Spider-Man movie, but I liked it. I legitimately walked out. I was like, I enjoyed that. Emo, moody Spider-Man does it for me every time. He's the opposite of emo, moody Harry Potter, who I literally hate in the books and in the films. When he gets into his whiny, oh my god, why me back? I hate that shit. When Spider-Man is like, why me? Oh my god, my girlfriend. I saw my girlfriend with a fucking hot dude, bro, and she doesn't even know my fucking name. That's real cinema. He jumped
Every
off.
single
Actually looking good
edit.
and jumped off a bridge. That's real
Every
cinema.
single edit of him like looking at his phone and then putting his mask on and jumping off the building is so good. The one set to throw away by Future, I can't stop watching. I'm so
Have you seen the one where he's looking at his phone and it's the Challengers edit?
Oh, yes.
And he just jumps off the building.
God, I
It's
can't wait.
unbelievable.
We're so
why,
back.
why are Spider-Man fans obsessed with Spider-Man having the worst day possible? Why are they obsessed with that?
Because he's one of us, Droyden.
I guess so.
I like
And then he
that.
overcomes it, and he cooks.
Iron Man never has a fucking bad day in his life. You fucking playboy billionaire, lucky bastard. Spider-Man is getting it out the mud like the rest of us. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
All right. What are we watching?
I watched Memento for the first time finally.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
And, yeah, the movie rocks. It's definitely, you can see all the Christopher Nolan-ness of it, where it's like you gotta just let the movie happen to you. You can't like be trying to understand
Proof
shit.
of concept for the rest of his filmography.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're flashing back. We're flashing back again. We're flashing back even harder now. Where did this happen? Did it not happen? Who knows? Like, why is it happening? Nobody knows. Doesn't matter. You get to the end of the movie and it like all comes back together at least enough for you to like have enjoyed yourself. Yeah, it rocks. Shout out to Guy Pearce. I don't know what he's up to these days, but he had the juice back in 2000. Good for him.
What was Guy Pearce last in? He's just kind of hung around for a long time, and he's like an actor that should have been bigger than he was,
Mhm.
but it never got there for him. But he's just kind of
In
like
2025, he was in a movie called Killing Faith, which I've never heard of, and a movie called The Woman in Cabin 10, which I've also never heard of. But before that, he was in The Brutalist, so he's got that.
oh
going.
yeah, he was nominated for The Brutalist. That's right, which was a ugh ugh character.
Let's talk about a long movie. Jesus.
Oh yeah. Tej, what are you watching?
Let's see. I watched the other guys because I'm ready for that rewatchables.
Did you just stream it? What was it on? It's on
no,
bootleg.com.
I went and found it on a illicit website. I did that. I also watched Close Encounters of a Third Kind. I actually had never seen it before.
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
It was the pre-ET precursor. Not nearly as good or as well made as ET. But you see what Spielberg is doing. I mean, this
It's a
guy
lot
made Jaws.
meaner than ET.
Yes, not a kids movie. I mean, there's kids, like there is a kids movie, but it is meaner to its human subjects than ET, which is like a nice family movie.
It's about a family falling apart, which is like paramount in Spielbergian cinema, but like and a dad kind of losing his mind a little bit.
That was legitimately losing his mind, but it was fine. I went back and watched ET. I went back and watched I need to go back and watch 2001: A Space Odyssey because every time I start it, I watch like an hour and I'm bored to tears. But that doesn't mean that I think that is bad. I just think that is incredibly boring. But I at some point want to finish it. I'm watching The Pit still. I'm deep into The Pit. I'm deep into Invincible, which is back. We are so fucking back. Invincible is fucking going crazy this season. Oh my god. I'm still watching Paradise, unfortunately. I think I talked about Undertone. No, we haven't.
You talked to me.
You talked about it briefly, but
that shit stinks. I don't need to really talk about it. At least that's the scariest movie of the year. It's because it was like February and there were no other movies, but that shit stinks. Very cool idea, very boring execution to me, in my opinion. I still got to see Ready or Not to
for like $500,000, which is crazy. But
yeah, and they made $15 million. So they've already made $15 million. So they've already made 30x the amount that they spend on this movie because horror movies are just a cheat code out there. But yeah, I wasn't really into that. I think that's it. I think that's all I've been watching. I can go to my letterbox to make sure, but I think that's it.
I've been watching the Bachelorette drama, but not the Bachelorette because we can't have.
Me too. I'm not into the. I don't know if I've ever said this on this podcast. I interviewed to be on this is years ago, to be on a season of The Bachelorette because I lost a bet to my friends. I might have told y'all that.
I don't know, but what's the rest of the story?
So my friends, my law school friends, are obsessed with The Bachelor. They always have been, and so they were like, I was single, and they were like, "Why don't you apply to be on the show?" And I was like, "I don't want to be on reality TV." They were like, "No, just go through the application process. We want to know what it's like." So I went and did the application process. You had to do all these interviews. You have to submit all these videos, and then you have like an interview, and they're asking you all these questions about your past relationships and what you're looking for and what kind of person that you like, what you like to do for fun, all these questions. And they wanted to bring me back in to do. I think there's like multiple rounds, but I like made it to the next round, but I didn't go back in. But I say to say I have an insight into how the process works. So when this story came out, I was like, oh, this is bad for them, but also there's 0% chance that they didn't know that this lady did what she did because they do a very, very thorough vetting process, like an extremely thorough vetting process. They found stuff out about me that I still have no idea how they found this stuff out about me to this day. I don't post a lot of my private life, and especially my relationship life or my dating life online. That's just like not the kind of person I am. I'm an old person. They
went and got court records or something.
Like about stuff. I legitimately don't know how some of the questions came up, and they were asked in a way that made it. They were like a general enough to where it could have been a general question, but then after a couple of them, I was like, Did y'all do some research on me? So like, I just know that their vetting process is deep. So when that story first leaked, my first thought was they knew they knew what she did because this is like in public documents. Like she has been charged with this stuff. They knew what she did. They didn't expect us to see a video. They didn't expect us to see a video of that. But the ex-husband obviously went and leaked the video to TMZ, got that little bread, and ruined her fucking show. And it's just crazy to me that she didn't think that her husband would do that, I guess. Like if he's as bad as a person as you say that he is, and you did to him what they think that you did, like, I think that he's probably going to go do that. Apparently, he's a piece of shit, too. Apparently, he's a horrible person, too. I don't know anything about that. I don't watch the show that they were on. But the show they were on, this is the Hulu show. And her abuse of this man, and I'm not going into the manosphere because I'm not defending this man. I don't know this man from shit. He could be a horrible person. Maybe he's also beating her ass. But her abuse of him was a plot point on a Hulu show. Hulu and ABC are the same fucking company. So these
Not only
people
is it a plot point, it's the first thing that happens. Like, you
That's
start
insane.
the show, and like you can tell that they had already filmed a bunch of the show, and
The
then
Mormon
she
Wives
beat this
show?
guy's ass, yeah. And so they're like, okay, well, we have to address the fact that she beat this guy's ass and got arrested. So they do that off the top. Like, that's the first thing that you see. You start episode 1, season 1 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So yeah, they knew that she was beating his ass. They just didn't expect us to see it.
Mormons be wilding out here.
apparently, from what I hear about that Mormon show, they going crazy on that Mormon show. I might have to tap in. That sounds like an insane show.
They're doing like ketamine and shit. Like,
Yeah, they all got in trouble for, not all of them, but most of them got in trouble for being swingers or whatever. Like right when the show like was about to start filming. Yeah, they're all, at least the original cast. I don't know much about. I think they're on like season 3 or 4 now. I don't know like who's still left or not, but most of them are like barely Mormon at this point. So.
that whole thing is, I feel bad for the kid and also got dragged into that. I mean, we don't have to get too dark on this, but it's like, yeah, heartbreaking. The worst people you know had a kid. It's just like, oh my God, that,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. Like, they're going to leak. TG, you are right on top of that. They're going to they're leaking all that shit. They're going to air the season.
That shit's airing. It's coming out. There's too many ad dollars tied up in it. And like hours after the story leaked, they were already like, well,
we're going to lose $500 million.
We're going to lose the $20 million. Nobody cares about how much money the Disney Corporation is losing other than shareholders of the Disney Corporation. The only reason we know what that number is because they want us to know, because they want to justify the fact that eventually this is going to come out. It probably won't be on ABC linear. It'll probably be like Hulu just dropped all the episodes at once over there. Y'all can go watch them. And I know, unfortunately, because of the way America works and the way that we all work, people are more likely now to click on that shit than they were a week ago. And I think The Bachelor is complete garbage, and not because I feel like I'm above reality TV, because a lot of the crappy shows I have watched or do watch, I just don't watch The Bachelor because they pretend that they're taking themselves seriously. And it's, to me, it's, I like my reality TV trashy and knowing, like, I want you to know that it's trashy. This is going to drive eyeballs and people will go click on this. So it'll come out and, you know, we'll see. But listen, I don't want to be problematic on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to be problematic on this podcast, but I think we're deep enough into the podcast to start being a little problematic. That woman has the craziest eyes. It never fails. Sometimes, guys, y'all need to be on the lookout for the craziness in someone's eyes. They might be cute, they might be sexy, they might be real nasty, whatever it is that you like about them. That woman, before the video started, before she even started swinging on him, I looked in the video and I said, "This woman is insane. This is an insane woman." And
is that problematic to say? I feel like people know that.
That video is horrifying. I'm praying for those fucking kids because she hit that little girl like it was WrestleMania. That shit was insane what she did on that video, bro.
Jesus.
Pray for those kids, bro.
I mean, they're just gonna drop it, and this would be like they're gonna try to drop it, but it'll also end up on Disney Plus because that stuff is all now integrated. But like,
it's like literally, it's just like one tile over. Like it was gonna be here, now it's in this tile. Like,
yeah.
Or they might sell it to Tubi or something. They're like, we can't put this on our.
That's what they need to do. They need to go sell it to Netflix. Netflix will be all over that shit. Look what we got, guys.
We're gonna put this in theaters.
Yeah, the Bachelorette sucks now because people only go on there to become influencers or whatever. They don't even pretend to be looking for love anymore. But like,
right?
Yeah,
they tried to.
It was always a horrible decision to add her.
They tried to fix it with like Bachelor in Paradise, or not Bachelor in Paradise, Golden Bachelor, where then it was like Oh wait, shit! This is sad because everybody's husband or wife is dead.
I
And
gotta
so,
say, man, this is the best advertisement yet for abolishing like the corporate synergy like plugs because they ruined the Oscars red carpet having her out here talking about her season of The Bachelorette. That now it's like banished to the shadow realm. Y'all didn't have to do that. That wasn't necessary.
I
They
didn't
could
even
have just been
realize
talking to cool famous people.
didn't even realize she was doing that. Anyway, thank God for me.
Your husband could be the worst man in the world. When you grab a chair and his first thought is to say, "Your daughter is right there. Don't throw that chair." Clearly and multiple times, and you throw that fucking chair. When you put out your statement to make it right for PR, you should probably include an apology. That's just from one professional to another. Like, just even if you don't mean it, just drop the shit in there. Put it on there. Sizzle that shit on there like you season it like Salt Bay on the steak. By the way, I take full accountability. I'm sorry. Boom, you win. Because all you did in that statement was shit on him, and maybe he's a horrible guy. Don't know. But all I know is from the video that we all saw, he was the one saying, "Hey, don't throw that chair. Your daughter's right there." And she sized it up. She looked that man in his eyes. She paused and she threw that fucking chair, and it turned into WrestleMania 10 in there. And unfortunately, the literal baby face, was the one who took the chair shot. That's not good, guys. That's not. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Not good. Look, I can tell that she was like, "Oh, you think you could just go over there behind my daughter and I'm pussy now? I'm not gonna hit you with this chair." Nah. She threw it anyway.
Or at least have better aim. Practice that. Aim was off. The whole fucking wrist motion was terrible, man. It was awful.
Oh my god. I can't believe she threw like 3 of them. She was chucking the thing.
So what I'm watching. Anyway, that has been Bachelor Talk on the One Take Podcast. Bachelorette Talk. Nuremberg. Speaking of transitions.
Opium.
There's a Russell Crowe movie that came out and made like good money called Nuremberg, which is about literally what it's in the Nuremberg trials. And Russell Crowe's actually really trying in this movie. Rami Malek is in it. Still can't get over it. But solid movie though. Solid movie. It came out on Netflix, which is exactly where you should watch it. And yeah, 3.5-star movie. People We Meet on Vacation. Strap in because you're about to get like 7 of these Emily Henry novel movies. Cute and fun. And I'm looking forward to the next one, to be completely honest with you. If you like whimsy, the plot makes no sense, but whatever. I will just tell you right now, be on the lookout. Tom Blythe was already like President Snow, so like he's semi-famous already, but be on the lookout for Emily Bader. She's gonna play not Solo. What's her name? Who's the greatest women's soccer player of all time? Mia Hamm. She's gonna be playing. Yeah, she's gonna be playing Mia Hamm in a women's soccer.
A women's soccer movie. Now that sounds good.
Yeah, it's called the 99ers, about that team that won the
this is amazing. I'm in. I'm fucking this is great.
So yeah, she's playing Mia Hamm in that, which
I love the women's soccer team, bro. Let's go. That's the only fucking American soccer team that can never do shit.
Yeah, Zoe Deutsch is in that movie as well too, so I think it'll be really good. But watch out for her. She was fantastic actually in that kind of nothing movie, but I had a good time. Let's see what else.
Book club movies have never been more back. They're gonna make like every single one.
If that would have come out in theaters, the fact that it came out on Netflix is a disservice to the Netflix corporation because they would have made $300 million on that movie. To Live and Die in L.A., which they did a rewatchables on.
I also watched that.
And what a you didn't like it, Tej. I saw by your Letterboxd score, but like what a fucking movie, dude.
That movie is insane.
I loved it.
That
I
may
thought
be
it
the
was
most
great.
80s movie to ever
Oh,
exist
yeah.
ever in life.
Oh yeah, 1985. But it's like kind of like it has like the grit and dirtiness of the 70s movies that William Friedkin made, but it's also really hyperbolic's the wrong word, but like over the top, and like they're doing the thing that was parodied in later movies of like cops going around corners, and like when they're coming around the corner and they're pointing guns like this, like, and then just like going around corners and being like clear, and like
That's what bothered me the most. Every cop stance and gun, every time there was a gun presented, I was like, and no one on this set and no one in this film has ever seen a cop or anyone hold a gun before ever in their life. When they were squatting like in a deep squat to shoot guns, I was like, that's never a thing that has ever happened before.
Yeah,
ever.
I
That's an
really
insane movie.
William Peterson though, like has some of the best athletic skills I think of an actor I've ever seen in a movie ever.
He's a football player. You can tell.
Yeah, when he jumps on like the moving sidewalk and like sprints down it to like chase John Turturro, I was like, holy
he was
shit.
cooking, and it's like you could tell that it was him. Like there was no stunt double. Like he was the one doing all that shit.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe's in that movie. Early Willem Dafoe. He's in
Great
like,
Willem Dafoe performance.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was a really fun movie. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, watch that. We watching The Pit, obviously. Really good episode. This last episode. I was worried about the ice episode, but I think they pretty much landed the plane on that. And then what else are we watching? Oh, I'm in the middle of it. I'm probably going to go finish it right now. LA Confidential too.
I got to watch that as well.
It's on Amazon. And it's a great movie. Speaking of Guy Pearce, but like just a really, really good movie from, was it the late 90s when they made 99 or something like that? He Who Should Not Be Named is in that movie. But
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
That was also my first thought, but I was like, which one are we talking about? But yeah,
it's crazy that he has that name above all the other people who have been caught up in shit, but we still know that that's him.
Yeah. 1997 movie, but yeah, it's really, really good. Dex, if you haven't watched it, you should turn it. It's also long, but it's really good. Guy Pearce, Russell Crowe, and Kevin Spacey, James Cromwell, they're all Danny DeVito. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie. So that's what I'm watching right now. Also, we haven't talked about it on that, but Shrinking is still just delightful and fun.
I gotta tap in. Jessica Williams would love you. Please be with me.
Oh, would you? Would you?
Oh my god, that is a gorgeous fucking woman. Oof.
All right, that has been a One Take Podcast, episode 207. Oh, you know what I also didn't mention about Project Hail Mary? I thought it was really funny that they found a alien species, although it was trying to kill the sun. They found an alien species, and they're like, we got to make fuel out of that. I did find that very funny. But yeah, that has been Project Hail Mary. Dex, what are we doing?
Hashtag support Florence Pugh. It's gonna be a big year, boys. We got Avengers Doomsday. We've got Dune 3. I'm sure we got other shit coming out too. Like we're on it. We're getting that Oscar nomination again this year. Might not be a win. We might not do enough in Dune 3. I don't know. I don't know the story of Dune 3. But we're cooking up. I can already tell you.
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
All right. And we are out.